Okay, what we're going to look at now is the Decca tree, which is a kind of classic way of recording drums. The name stems from obviously Decca Studios and the way they used to record back in that period. And it's probably the first multi-mic setup for drums, really. So it involves 3 mics, as you can see here. Ideally 3 the same mics, but we've only got a pair here, and so ideally you'd use maybe something like 3 ribbons, like 3 Coles mics, or. But here we've got a pair of bottles, and we've got still got the Neumann that we used earlier. So the basic setup for this, again, it's all about the drummer playing the kit in a balanced way, because you can't really rebalance, but it just gives you a bit more spread to the kit. Really, these should really be panned in mono, although you can spread this kit slightly. Although if you do it too extreme, it does sound a little bit unnatural. So it's still basically a mono drum setup. But the way to set this up is that you can use tape measures, but the quick way of doing it is basically just use 3 drumstick as 3 drumstick lengths as a measure. So what I tend to do is you take from the center of the snare drum. So for this top mic, you want to go 3 drumsticks up. So 1, 2, 3. So what we want to do is move this mic across and up a little bit. So I will do that now without dropping it. So that should be about right. So facing down at the snare, 1, 2. That's close enough for jazz. The same with this side mic, which is kind of general kit and tom mic. I suppose that would be the. So 1, 2, 3, it's pretty close. And the same with the front. It's a bit tricky to do it. So you want to kind of approximate from snare. 1, 2, 3. So I might just bring that in a little bit at the front. So that's a very basic rule of thumb. It's, if you want to be really exact with it, you can get the tape measure out. But I'm just not that exact a person. So, but that gives you the basic setup. So this just gives you that little bit more control over it. You've got, obviously this one's going to pick up a lot of snare and hi-hats and top tom. You're going to get ride, crash, floor tom with this one, and obviously the kick with the front one. So I'll play a bit now, and we can see how that sounds. As you can see, it's a little bit more expansive a sound. This is a little more controlled. There's a bit more definition on everything, and it's a really useful miking setup. If you've got quite a small setup, but often on records I will maybe use this setup as part of the drum sound. With a full mic up with a Decca tree as well. So for part of the song you can use the tree. So maybe for verses and then for the choruses you can bring in all the rest of the mics and open the kit out. But it's a really, really nice way to record drums, but it does rely again on the drummer being well balanced, and basically the sound what you're hearing in the room is still the sound that you're getting, which is a good principle for any drum recording anyway. The more you can make the kit sound correct with the playing and the room that it's in and the tuning, the better it's going to sound anyway. But the Decca tree is a really good simple mic setup. So that'll be our second sort of mic approach. And the next thing we'll look at expanding on this Decca tree and just bringing a few more mics in to give you another level of control.